Hello friends, welcome to Dreamweaver Crocheting with Love. In today's tutorial, I am going to teach you how to crochet this little baby mittens. Now this mittens I have done for a 6 to 12 month old baby. In order to make this mittens, I have used simple stitch like double crochet stitches, and on the top portion to give a nice edging, I have used V stitches followed by shell stitches. In order to insert this cord, I have made one row with window stitches, so that in case if this mitten tends to be loose on the baby's wrist, you can use them to tighten it. Now let's see what all materials are needed in order to make the baby mittens. Here I have taken this 4 mm crochet hook. These are the two colors that I will be using to make the mittens, and scissors. So let's begin. For the main portion of our baby mittens, I will be using this light yellow colored yarn. So starting up with this yarn, work a magic circle, and into this magic circle, work 10 double crochets. So here I have come to the end of the first round, and after working the 10 double crochets into the magic circle, I have slip stitch on top of the first double crochet. Now for the second round, work one chain, and the sequence for this round is to work 2 double crochets per stitch. I worked 2 double crochets, so just follow the sequence till the end of the round. So here I have come to the end of the second round, and I will be slip stitching on top of the first double crochet worked, and in total I have 20 double crochets. Now for the third round, work one chain, and the sequence for this round is to work 1 double crochet into the first stitch followed by 2 double crochet into the next. So this is the sequence that will be following for the entire round. So after completing the third round, the number of double crochets that we have are 30. Now for working the fourth round, work one chain, and the sequence for this round is very simple. Just will be working 1 double crochet per stitch. So we need not work any increases. So by the end of the fourth round, again the number of double crochets will be 30. So just continue like this till the end of the round. For the fourth round, since we didn't work any increases, the number of double crochets as I mentioned earlier remains the same, that is 30. Now for the fifth round, work one chain and turn your work, and the sequence again remains the same, that is working 1 double crochet per stitch. So this is how our mittens look after working the fifth round. Now for the next 4 rounds, that is from round 6 to round 9, we will be following the same pattern sequence as row 5. So just work one chain and turn your work and work 1 double crochet per stitch. So this will be a sequence for the next 4 rounds. So just continue with this pattern. So once I am done with the 9th round, I shall get back to you. So here I have done with the 9th row, and as I mentioned earlier, from row 5 to row 9, the sequence was same, that is work one chain and turn your work at the end of each of the rounds and work 1 double crochet into each of the stitches. So for the 10th round, again work one chain and turn your work, and this round is a round of window stitches, that is work 1 double crochet into the first stitch followed by 1 chain, skip the next stitch and work 1 double crochet into the next, again followed by 1 chain. So this is the pattern sequence for the 10th round, working 1 double crochet followed by 1 chain, skip the next stitch and again work 1 double crochet into the next stitch followed by 1 chain. So just continue with this pattern sequence till the end of the round. So So here I have done the 10th round using window stitch pattern. Finish this round. I have worked one chain and skipped the last stitch and worked one slip stitch on top of the first double crochet worked. Now for the 11th round, work one chain. The sequence is to work one double crochet throughout each of the stitches as well as into the chain 1 spaces that we had created in the previous round. So just continue with this pattern till the end of the round. So after working the 11th row using double crochets, I have cut my yarn and now we'll be joining this brown colored yarn. Now the next 2 rows will be done using this brown colored yarn. The first row is the row of V stitches. So for that work one chain and into the first stitch work one double crochet followed by 2 chains and one more double crochet into the same stitch. So in this way we have done one of the V stitches. Now skip the next 2 stitches and into the third stitch again work one V stitch. So this is the pattern sequence for this round. Working one V stitch, skipping the next 2 stitches and again work one V stitch into the third stitch. So just continue like this till the end of the round. So after working the last V stitch, skip the last 2 stitches and slip stitch on top of the first double crochet worked. Now we'll be working the last round. For that, slip stitch inside the chain 2 space. And the sequence of this round is to work 4 double crochets inside the chain 2 space. So work one chain and work 4 double crochets inside the same space. And into the gap between the V stitches worked in the previous round, work one single crochet. Again moving to the chain 2 space of the next V stitch, work 4 double crochets. So this is the pattern sequence of this round. Working 4 double crochets into the chain 2 space followed by one single crochet in the gap between the V stitches. Again work 4 double crochets into the chain 2 space. So just continue with this pattern till the end of the round. After working the last row of shell stitches, I have slip stitched on top of the first double crochet work and cut my yarn. So we are almost done with our baby mittens. Now the last step would be to work a cord and then pass it to the window stitch row. So for that I will be using this brown colored yarn. Mark a magic circle and into this magic circle work 5 single crochets. So here I have done the 5 single crochets. Now just pull the tail of the magic circle in order to close it and slip stitch on top of the first single crochet worked. Now work 50 chains. So here I have done with the 50 chains. Now skip the first chain from the hook and into the second chain work 5 single crochets. So here I have done the 5 single crochets, working a slip stitch and cut the yarn. So our cord is ready. Now we shall insert this cord in this window stitch row. So going above and beneath the double crochets, insert the cord in this row. So here I've inserted the cord and the front portion of our mitten looks like this. Now in similar manner work one more mitten. So once I'm done with it, I shall get back to you. So here I've done with both the mittens. So that's all for today's tutorial. I hope you found this tutorial really very useful as well as interesting too. In case of any queries, please let me know through comments. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.